Welcome, and thank you for joining us today on the Fraser Valley Lifestyle Podcast. Fraser Valley Lifestyle is published by local realtor Mike Wilson, and I'm your host, Rod Jans. Both Mike and I are longtime residents of the Fraser Valley. It's where we work and play, and where we raised our now grown-up children. The Fraser Valley Lifestyle blog and podcast supports local business by sharing their events and providing brand awareness. For notes from today's episode, events and articles, and information on what's happening in the Fraser Valley, go to fvlifestyle.com. That's fvlifestyle.com. And now please join me and my guest for today's episode, Rick Ropchan, owner of Red Sleep Innovations. One of the things that we want to do with FV Lifestyle is we just love supporting small local business, and Mike Wilson, who is the publisher of FV Lifestyle in particular, has a real heart for startups and for local business. And I'm just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your company and what you do.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Rick Ropchan. I'm the founder of Red Sleep Innovations. Red Sleep Innovations at heart is still a bedding company, but we've kind of split away from our bedding foundation, and we're working in blankets. What we've done is we've redesigned the cover that first of all the duvet, and now that's on pause. We're working on blankets. So we have this unique patented two-piece blanket system, and what it does, the essence of it, is it allows the user to stay covered regardless of what you're doing. So if you're sitting at a table and you're having a bite to eat outside, you can keep your upper body covered and you still use your arms like there's no issue whatsoever. Your main body stays covered, your trunk stays covered. Or if you're laying down on a sofa and you're surfing, watching TV, or on your iPad, with it sitting on your chest and you're checking your social media feeds, you can still keep yourself all covered up and be as mobile as possible. So that's really what we've decided to market first. We've come out with a product called the Diner's Wrap, and we're right now in the beginning phases of getting that out into the market. Our company this week itself, we're just before Mother's Day. We've got 4 different radio stations, 2 here in Vancouver, and 1 in Edmonton, 1 in Calgary, that are featuring the Diner's Wrap as their radio station Mother's Day giveaway gift prizes. So this last week has just been crazy between phone calls and emails and couriering stuff to different parts of the Western Canada to get the product to the right locations. I just actually came back from Chorus's offices moments ago, dropping off blankets for the Sea Fox and Rock 101 giveaway starting on Monday.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you gave me one. Thank you. We were talking about marketing and you gave me a blanket and I tried it on, and it's kind of neat that, you don't normally, to move or do anything, you'd have to take your blanket off, but because it's a 2-piece system, you can poke your arms through the middle there. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you nailed it. What it's really, what we've discovered is a way to keep covered at all times, regardless of what your activity is. If you're sitting down or laying down, you can keep the extremities that would normally be uncovered totally covered. You can stay warm, you can stay comfortable. And nowadays, with what we're experiencing with coronavirus and all of the outside activities, especially patios, Diner's Wrap is phenomenal. We're I'm starting to get pictures from people in Nelson and outside of Edmonton and stuff, from down in the States, from Austin, where we're getting people sending us pictures of them using the blankets out on their deck, on their patio, or in a restaurant. So yeah, it's a great little feature. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really cool. You mentioned patios. What are some other applications for the blanket? What are some ways that you're seeing that people are using it?
Well, I mean, this particular product that we're marketing right now is called the Diners Wrap. We're really focusing on the outside patio market, but the reality is it's a blanket that can transfer any aspect of one's use. If you're, if you want to watch television at home because you're in the basement watching TV and you always use a blanket, you can use it there. You can use it while reading a book. You can use it. I know a guy that's got a convertible and he's got one on. When the weather was cool in the winter, he had the Diners Wrap on with the body blanket, tucked himself right in so he could still work the clutch and the brake and the gas pedal. And his arms were totally free, or he wasn't inhibited whatsoever. But he kept himself wrapped. So really, I mean, in the essence, it's a blanket. I mean, we've all grown up as kids. We all had our little favorite blankie, and that's really what it is. It's still a blanket. We've just figured out how to use two different components, and you put it together, and and it wears similar to a garment, but it's not. It's really two blankets, a bigger one and a smaller one.
Yeah, it's kind of like building a better mousetrap.
Well, it is. I often tell people that the story of the blanket and the wheel. And no, I mean, you're laughing. I know, but there's a connection here. Like, nobody knows when the wheel was invented, and the same thing is nobody knows when the first Neanderthal decided to use a blanket. But at some point in time, someone saw a rock rolling down the hill, and they thought, "Wow, that would be good. I could make something of that to catch." Or to carry my wares or my kills. So they developed, or they made the wheel, and then when they get home to wherever the cave that they were in, they'd skin the animal, take that skin off, and there would be the blanket. So nobody ever knew where it came from. But the wheel changed in the 1800s when Goodyear accidentally dropped that sulfur and made vulcanized rubber, and the wheel became the tire. Well, we're now hoping that the blanket will become the red cover going forward, because it's just it's such a simple concept, but it makes the product like 100 times more efficient.
Yeah, cool. I know. Yeah, I mean, and we've been forced, if you want to go out, we've been, in a lot of cases, we've been forced to sit on patios. So it's great to have something to keep you warm. I know. I went somewhere recently and I wasn't dressed quite warm enough, and I wish they had one of your blankets there with me, or I had brought mine, but I didn't expect it. We ended up there unexpectedly, and
Well,
it was kind of a cold meal.
It is marketed with the handle, so you can take it anywhere you want to if you want to wrap it up and take it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and just say something about what it's made of and the fabric and that sort of thing.
This version, the Diners Wrap that we're launching right now, or that we have out marketed right now, it's a polar fleece, a 220 weight polar fleece. So it's a nice heavy fleece. Polar fleece, as anyone who's got a pullover realizes, it has, just by the construction, it's water resistant. It's not waterproof, but in light rain, it keeps the water away. But the biggest feature of it is just because it is such a tight weave, you have this wind protection. So in any kind of winds that are blowing, it keeps that away from getting to your body. So it doesn't strip away that heat that we develop. And it's warm. I mean, you go out, you put it on, you are warm and ready to roll.
Mm-hmm. So you talked about the guy in his convertible. Do you have any other client stories? Can you tell us about maybe a couple happy clients?
We've got families, that have taken them out to the beach in the winter, in January, when the weather it was a sunny day, but it was cold as heck outside. They would go and sit on the logs and have their picnics with them. It's again, like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, it's a product that can go anywhere's where you use a blanket. I mean, it is it really just folds into every activity. We'll be coming out with a travel version later this summer, called the layover blanket. It'll be a lighter weight product, but it's designed for the airlines. So when you get on the plane, as you had mentioned earlier, with us being now forced outside into patios, airlines are going to be the same, very similar now, because now they're going to sit on a plane. Everyone's going to reach up there and turn on that air, so it's blowing on you fully, because what that does is it creates around your body these micro air currents. So someone coughs 3 rows back, as that starts floating into the air, once it hits your air current, it swirls it around and sends it out. But the result of it is you're sitting there freezing. And when we've all had those air conditioners or the air turned on us, it gets pretty cold on a flight when you're sitting, you're not moving. So the layover blanket will be designed to be worn as a protectant, or as a heat source for airline travels, just like your neck pillow that a lot of people have. And it's also designed, that particular one is designed so that the top section, the cuddle top, can be used as a travel scarf. So if you're out, you not only have the blanket, you can use the top section as a travel scarf. And towards end of summer, beginning of fall, we'll be coming out with the study cuddle, which is for university and high school students. It's a bit of a different construction in that it's actually a fleecy product. So the blankets have a real comfy, cozy kind of a homey feel, and the cuddle top is also this Sherpa fleece that wraps around the body. So we've got a couple of different products we're going to be rolling out with later this year, but right now we're still focusing on the big crisis, which is how restaurants and patios are dealing with the coronavirus challenges that they have.
Mm-hmm. So the diners wrap. Yeah. I don't know that planes are giving out blankets anymore. I don't think that they
no,
are.
Well, it depends.
Maybe it depends on where you're sitting in the plane.
Exactly. No. Yeah. No, for sure. So our marketing strategy on that for the layover blanket is going to be to tie it in with your safety reasons and health reasons, but also we're hoping that it'll be the next step after those inflatable pillows or those little neck pillows people go on the planes with. They'll just have their little satchel with the layover blanket, and out it'll come. They'll wrap themselves up. It can go over your top, like you can pull it over your head like a hood as well. So it can really protect you sitting in your airline seat, keep you warm, and give you that added sense of security that we're all looking for, because we're trying to find comfort, and it just gives you that.
That's cool. We'll inevitably talk some more, but I have someone to introduce you to for the airplane thing. This person sets up kiosks and stuff like that inside airports, and so anyways,
absolutely.
Just the next time I run into you, remind me, or if I remember, well, I will remember when I'm listening to this interview and editing it. I'll send you that person's. I'll introduce you guys.
Yeah, we'll have to crack into that market for sure.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, you mentioned where you're going, and if people are interested and want to find out more, where should they go?
Our site is relaxexhaledream.com, all one word.
Okay.
And contact information is all there on the site. So if you need to get a hold of us or get a hold of myself, it's all there. So just follow through. Look in the contact section at the very bottom of the site, and you can email us, or through at the top you can also hit a contact and send us a little note. Yeah, and it's the items are on sale on Shopify. So we are selling Canada and US right now. We haven't yet opened it up globally, although we are noticing that we're getting a lot of traffic from Europe now, and even Russia, which surprised me. But there's a lot of traffic coming from Russia. So on our store front, I know we're going to have to change that and tweak it a little bit and go a little more global.
Cool. I've built some Shopify stores, and I know that you can change the languages and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, quite easily. They'll translate it for you. So that's cool.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Right on, Rick. So we'll have Rick's link in our show notes. Say it one more time.
Relaxexhaledream.com.
Relaxexhaledream.com. Right on.
Just think of the word red, like our company name.
Yes,
Red Sleep Innovations. R for relax, E for exhale, D for dream. Relaxexhaledream.com.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm sure I'll see you out on the trail.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, then, Rod. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the FV Lifestyle Podcast. FVLifestyle.com is brought to you by Fraser Valley Realtor, Mike Wilson. To connect with Mike for your real estate needs and for notes from this episode, links to our guests' website and social media accounts, and events in the Fraser Valley, please visit us at fvlifestyle.com. That's F with a V, lifestyle.com. Bye for now.